Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I just wanted to uh, make a little video for just a hot second because I know we've had a lot more people in the server, in like the OnlyFans server, start playing Destiny, and a lot of times like Kenny and I'll get asked about like leveling and different questions. So I kind of wanted to go over what a regular reset, since today is the weekly reset every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So every Tuesday, everything resets. All the progress on like like not bounties, but like weekly stuff. That there's a lot to do every week. So let's go ahead and we're gonna hop into the game. Um, the way that the way that your power level works in this game is that the minimum power, if you start a new character, unless you had an old holdover, is 1350. Everyone should be flat at 1350. The soft cap is at 1500 power, and what that means is that blue items, which are uncommon, I think is technically what blue is rare. Like blue drops will drop up like above at or above your light level or your power level at that point, up until your overall power level hits 1500. At 1500, blues will only ever drop at or below your current power level. So, just by playing the game normally, doing all the different activities, like just playing, you'll hit 1500 with the blues. Now, the powerful cap is 1550 power. So, in order to get bigger, so I've played a bit on my warlock. I've completed the campaign on both my hunter and my warlock. My hunter is my main. I need to play on my Titan, but that's why he's so low. It's just because it's using weapons. And I'll explain a way to power level as well. What we need to do is at the when we get to the powerful cap, when you hit 1500, you have a narrow. I'm kind of going off a .esports article, which I'll link in the description. That just explains it. But after reaching 1500, there's a smaller amount of stuff that you can do that will award you a powerful engram that will be a bit above your level. Typically, once you hit the soft cap, you want to do all of your tier 1 powerfuls, tier 2 powerfuls, and then your pinnacles. But also, it doesn't really matter. Just do whatever you want. Once you hit 1550, the hard cap power level, and this doesn't count your seasonal artifact, which I'll explain in a sec, is 1560, and that's only by getting pinnacle engrams. So that's important. What drops from powerful the powerful engrams, prime engrams, which you get them based on playtime. So just by playing the game, you'll get a couple in a decent sized session. Vendor bounties. If you complete 8 bounties for the different vendors, you'll get them, and we'll go over those. Actually, this says it here currently, but we're going to go through. So when you if you open up the director, you'll see that there's a bunch of these little like light symbols, like yellow symbols. And I don't have all the DLC on my PC, so please forgive me there. But hence like the Dares of Eternity and stuff. So if we take a look, we could just first things first. Let's look at the tower. So the tower said that there was 3 glowing things. If you ever have one of the icons flashing like this, that means that there's something you can do there. So I have engrams that can be decrypted from Master Rahul, and I have some stuff sitting at the postmaster that I need to grab. If you see, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that are lit up blue at the moment. Those things are going to be Banshee, which is the gunsmith. And if you complete 8 bounties, you'll get a powerful tier 1 gear engram. So once you hit 1500, that will help improve it. And it's basically the same. So Shax for the Crucible is 8 bounties. And so you can pick up 4 daily bounties every day, but you can also, for 3000 Glimmer, buy repeatable bounties that are they just randomly generate. So if you're willing to play for an hour or so of Crucible, you could probably knock all 8 out in a row. Same thing with Vanguard service here for Zavala. These are for the strikes. And then we have, if you are not in a clan, I would highly recommend looking into a clan or starting a clan yourself. There's lots of open clans. Once you are at a like decently high level and can start raiding, I know Kenny and I probably will start like kind of helping teach people the raids and stuff. I don't want to like Kenny's the admin in his clan, but I can't be telling people I'm like it's a raider clan, so it's pretty cool. But you can get a tier 2 powerful gear, and actually based on everyone else doing rewards and stuff, you can get a lot of extra stuff by being in a clan. And then Gambit is another game mode that I'll explain that gives you a tier 1 for doing bounties. But and you earn clan XP by just playing the game, doing different activities. You don't ever think about it. It's not something you like try to do. So that's everything at the tower. The Helm, and this is for the seasonal content, we have here weekly defeat champions, so specifically killing champions in the PsyOps Battlegrounds playlist. You need to do 10 of those and you get pinnacle gear. I would recommend holding off on this, on getting all 10, until you've done all the other ones that are below a pinnacle. Then do pinnacle. That way you just are maximizing. By the time you're going to get the pinnacle drop, you're already at the highest your gear could be outside of just like farming primes. So up here, so like the weekly one, if you go ahead and run the PsyOps Battleground twice and you make sure to open the chest at the end each time, you'll get a tier 1 gear. So that being said, you could, if you're being super vigilant about champions and whatnot, kill them here, but don't worry about it. And now there's also for the legend variant, which I need to do with Kenny, because I don't think it's match made. Is it? Oh no, it might be. No, it is. Okay. I think so. Let's see. I don't want to see. Anyway, we get a tier 1. So I would do that. I would do this, and then I would later make sure to do this, but I'd probably end up getting it at some point. That being said, I'm already at 1550, so it doesn't really matter for me. If you have Witch Queen, Savathun's Homeworld has a few different things. There's these Altar of Reflections that you can do once you've beaten the campaign. Gives powerful tier 1 gear. The weekly mission that you can do every week. If you just complete it on any difficulty, you get a tier 1, and if you get a big team score of 100,000, you get a pinnacle. The Court of Thorns, which has the Wellspring Offensive, just doing runs gets you a tier 1. If you do it on higher difficulty, you get the pinnacle. It's kind of straightforward. A lot of these altars, same thing. I have right here the Vox Obscura mission, which I haven't done yet. I need to do, but that'll get me a pinnacle. The Preservation Campaign Activity. Oh, you get a pinnacle for that. Ooh, that's easy. That's every year. The raid, Vow of the Disciple. This is the raid that came out with Witch Queen. Is that you will get a pinnacle gear drop. Typically, everything that you get from it is pinnacle. So, kind of a good thing to know. So whenever you see these yellow icons, that means that there's a powerful reward or higher for it. That being said, let's look at the Cosmodrome. What does the Cosmodrome have? Ooh, so if you have the 30th anniversary pack, which is it's like $30, you would have had to buy it. You can do the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, which also gets you a pinnacle. So that would be something that I would do on my Xbox, since I have all the DLC on my Xbox. Same thing with Dares of Eternity, which is, powerful just for completing dares in the dungeon. Blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the other thing. So, strikes, and if you've never done these, do not be afraid. Regular Vanguard Ops, if you do 3 of them while using the same subclass element as the current elemental burn of the day, you will get progress towards, and once you do 3 strikes, you get a pinnacle gear. So it's super easy. This playlist here, the Vanguard Ops, is set up so that it's match made. And honestly, most of the time, everyone already knows what to do. Do not feel nervous or scared or like you're not carrying the weight. There's a lot of times where I hop in and I'm fucking reading anime and I'm like, oh, I'll move a little bit so I don't get booted. And then, you can also sometimes spawn in at like the end of a strike and like it still counts. So that's kind of cool. So, but for example, today it's a solar singe. So solar damage increased slightly from all sources. So you'd want to make sure you wear a solar subclass for your character. Heavyweight, so more ammo and more damage for your power weapons, your heavy slot. So that's a good one to do. Blackout is no radar and enemy melees are more powerful. So overall, this is a really fun day for it. There's also the Nightfall activities, which require, and make sure you take a look at the recommended power. That gives you an idea of how difficult and how stressful something should be. Like 1550 is like you need to like get your gear up, and I'll explain the gear in a second. But then we have pinnacle gear, blah blah blah. Nightfall strike will be one specific strike that has a unique weapon to it. This is Birthplace of the Vile strike. I don't remember what that is, but empath doesn't matter. Acute Void Vern, 25 void damage dealt and 50 received. Okay. You can do it on the adept difficulty, which gives you a rare chance at an exotic gear at the end, uncommon chance of getting enhancement cores, and a rare for the Nightfall weapon. This is matchmaking on. Hero, which is what I normally play on, 1520 is a little bit more important. This is going to start to have champion mods, so you'll need to make sure you have your champions. And, they have some other shit. See, I just got clan XP, but I'm not even playing the game. On Hero, we have a higher chance of getting exotic gear. Cores become super common, prisms become rare, and the weapon becomes uncommon. Legend increases the modifiers even more with the locked equipment, match game, shielded foes. Match game sucks ass. But now you can see common, uncommon, and then master is the true top tier pinnacle of it. It only do it if you're going for the seal, but you can get ascended shards that way. So you just need to do a few of these to complete the powerful tier, like complete strikes. So you could just, sitting in the adept playlist, like you just launch, you'll run the same strike over and over, and you'll get it in a handful of times. Grandmaster Nightfall doesn't open up yet, so ignore it. It opens up April 5th, apparently, later this week. Gambit. Gambit is a PvEVP game mode where there's two teams. You need to kill enemies to grab these motes, bank them without dying, it sends taken blockers to the enemy team, and then kill your boss. It's a whole thing. You can play it. If you do 3 games, you get a piece of pinnacle gear. I would recommend doing the freelance playlist because it's all match made, and you will get matched with other people who are solo and not getting team stomped. That being said, if you don't like Gambit, it may be worth doing the regular one because if you get stomped, the game is over faster. This is a quick and easy pinnacle. It's just kind of boring. But that's where you would do your bounties for. Crucible is PvP, and again, don't be stressed about any of it. I am trash, I am garbage, and I still have fun because it's a great way to test stuff out. No one's gonna be like talking shit to you. If they do, like, they need to grow up. Like, very rarely have I gotten like a DM or a message on Xbox because some kid was salty, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. The regular control playlist, which I recommend, it's great. It's just zone capture. Do 3 matches, get a piece of pinnacle. Super easy. For any of the other, and actually, it looks like you can do them in any. So you could do Rumble, which is like free for all. So it's just kill everyone you see. It's just you. Versus Control. I recommend Control. Momentum Control is a different type of game mode. It's pretty fun, where weapons are do more damage, but it's a little bit harder. And then there's also the competitive playlist, glory ranks. You could do it's survival, so it's like, sure, you read it. I don't fucking give a shit. Do the freelance glory list. That's where everyone's solo and on a team. You don't need to be mic'd in or anything. Just do your best. And as long as you win 7 rounds, so it could take a few games to win 7 rounds in them, you'll get a piece of powerful gear. So worth doing. Definitely worth doing. And then the Legends, what is this? Oh, so Vault of Glass was the raid from last year, or last big DLC drop before Beyond Light. I think it was Beyond Light. Yes. You'll get a tier 3 powerful gear reward, not a pinnacle, but a tier 3 for completing it. And this is another one that's a raid, but like we can teach people once they get geared up a bit. So that's kind of it, at least from what I have available, from what I can see with everything. So definitely worth paying attention to, worth seeing what's up. I will say now, so when it comes to gear and whatnot, is what really matters on your gear is not the rarity, really. Like, you're gonna want all purple and 1 exotic. You will want to start keeping exotics, especially see if the stat total 55. This is a bad one because that stat increase is only due to a mod on there, not like the base gear. I think it's just one I pulled from collections. My Graviton forfeit is masterworked and has 89 total stat points. So rule of thumb is typically you want 64, 65 total stat points in a distribution that you like. Go ahead and read over these and see what they do, but while you're new, you don't even need to have your gear min-maxed. That's really only for like day one raids, grandmaster stuff, like the hard content that I don't even do. But for example, these Veritas grips, they're 1550, which is less than my 1552, so I don't need to do them. They're also 49. I don't really care. But my Shards of Galanor, which are I use my Solar Super, and it will be super cool, and if more enemies I hit, I get super energy back. I should make these 1550 just in case. So what you want to do is you'll go to Infuse, and it'll cost an upgrade module unless the items are the exact same. So like if I used another Shards of Galanor, then it would cost Glimmer. Dismantle for Infusion. What that does is it destroys the piece of gear that you're not keeping, that you wanted to get. Basically, I'm going to give the power from this piece of gear to this piece of gear, but I'm going to lose the first gear in the process. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, it doesn't really matter, because what's really important about, aside from stats, is that you look at your mods that you want to use and build up and master work up to this. So I would only ever recommend upgrading your gear up to however many points you currently need, and then add as you go on. I come from a little bit of a place of privilege because I've been playing this game for fucking 8 years, or whatever it is, 7 years, and like I just have a wealth of resources, so I never really have to worry too much. But that's something that you might have to. I have this 1554 Typhon, and I have my corrective measure that I like to use. So this will be one where, okay, I'm going to actually upgrade this. I'm going to dismantle this Typhon for that, and boom. Now that's 1554. That helps contribute to your overall level. If we look here, my actual power level is 1552 plus 14 bonus. That bonus comes from the seasonal artifact, which I believe you need the season pass for. This will, as you play and complete bounties and complete your stuff, you'll get more and more power and unlock artifact unlocks. And so they finally made it so that you can actually unlock everything. I'm almost there. I'm only 3 away. And your artifact is across all of your characters. So that's the big thing when it comes to that. The only other thing that I can think of that I want to make sure to share to you guys is make sure you're constantly checking your collections, or not your collections, your post box, which is available at the tower and in the Helm, as well as making sure that you turn in any engrams that you need. One last thing is collections. So every time that you get an exotic weapon or a piece of armor, it will be logged into your collections that you can then pull at any time for 2,500 Glimmer and 20 Legendary Shards, if you want to pull a 1350 copy of it. I highly recommend, if you're on PC, to use Destiny Item Manager, which is pretty good. We'll have some links in Discord or whatever. You could also download the Destiny 2 companion app. I use that a lot too. But all of your weapons, all of the weapons have one set roll on them, except Osteostriga, which is a deluxe, like for the Witch Queen Deluxe Edition. You have to have that, and you can shape it. That's a special exception. Dead Man's Tail can have random rolls on it, but you have to like acquire them in the activity. And same thing with Hawkmoon. Otherwise, everything is what it is. So there's a lot that I'm missing. I'm working. I gotta get Dead Messenger. Vex is the raid exotic for Vault of Glass, Collective Obligation for Vow of the Disciple. I think for power, I have everything. Yeah. So, and then armor is the same thing. So here, like, if I pull a Worm Husk, it's just going to give me 50 stats. 48, 46, and I'm still missing a couple. It's annoying, but yeah, don't worry about infusing stuff. If it's, especially as you're leveling, just use whatever gun's the highest. Try out the different archetypes, and even if you like, I don't like pulse rifles, make sure to try shooting whichever new pulse rifle you got until you start to realize, like, I don't care for these. You're gonna want purples. you're gonna want your legendaries, and then like as you can see, like I have a lot of exotics that I just kind of keep on me for when I need to do stuff. So like I typically run Osteostriga with Lubre's Ruin, which is the raid glaive, and then the machine gun. But like, you know, if I need to do certain special things, that's what I'm kind of trying to do. So yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I really like Destiny. It's a really fun game, but I know I've gotten a few different sets of questions from people relatively recently, and I figured I could kind of like answer a lot while kind of stuff's just making sense and kind of like walking through and showing where everything is. I guess let's do one final thing is if you're not in the tower, you can use the map to kind of figure out where you are in the courtyard, but I'll just go ahead and quickly show what I'm talking about. If you're ever low on money and you have planetary resources, you can talk to Master Rahul. When you spawn into the tower, he'll be on the right. He's the guy who decrypts all your engrams. You can buy currency from him, not with real money, but like planetary materials, which all of us old timers have stacks on stacks, so it's like free money. But we're slowly running out. They're slowly getting to me. So yeah, hopefully you like this video. It's not like anything formal or anything like that. I just, you know, I ain't a fucking YouTuber, but I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of just show and explain. So we have Master Rahul right here. I'm not decrypting my umbrals because I need to do them somewhere else. So that was 1553. That was 1553. 53 is not better because I have this 54, which is from the raid. But the 53 is better for my Omnioculus, which is I never take off. So I'll go ahead and pop that. I don't even care what the stats were on it because I already have some pretty good gear. That I have a piece of gear that I have upgraded that I really like. Honestly, for most gear, you're just looking at the stats, the stat distribution, and if it's something that you need or want, paying attention to that. So that was Master Rahul that we were just at. This is Kaida. She is your postmaster. Here is the Eververse. Let's take a quick look. It's important to see what the new fits are. What is this? Well, Bright Dust is something you pay. Seasonal. These are like stuff that you could pay with silver, which is you gotta buy it from like whatever store on whatever platform you're on. But then Bright Dust is the material like that you get all the time for doing regular shit. I don't know what to tell you. Abyss Walker Strides. Oh yeah, these are the seasonal. Yeah. But you know, you can get a lot of Bright Dust just by doing stuff in the game. What does this look like? Ooh. That's kind of cool. Okay. Saintsification. Is this just... Oh, it's a different ship. SK1 multiband. That looks really cool, but I would never use it. Rover shell. Oh, how cute. And then what's this? Wiggle worm? Ew. I don't like that. Anyway, just last little bit. If you run over here, this pensive, handsome man is going to be Commander Zavala, which you'll have met through all the other stuff. But, so I have a rank reward, 1550. I've already actually reset my rank once because there was a glitch. But here I could pick up bounties. So this would be defeat mini-bosses and bosses in any strike. Easy. Like, you just need to help. Defeat combatants while in the playlists. Okay. Ooh, defeat enemies with stasis damage and frozen with stasis. So you can either use a stasis subclass, you could use any weapon that does stasis damage. And that's basically it. Yeah. And then champion combatants in Nightfall Strikes, which is something you can also do. There's also these additional bounties, which will be like Grenade Striker, that's going to be grenade kills, kill fallen enemies, Sidearm Striker, Cabal Striker, Solar Striker. So that's kill Cabal, kill enemies with solar damage, and all that good stuff. Lord Shax is the PvP guy, where we'll have defeat opponents, just get 10 kills. Get 5 kills with solar damage. Kill one opponent with your super. In momentum, capture zones. That's a really easy one. And then just like Hunter Slayer, kill hunters. Auto rifle slayer, auto rifle kills. Solar slayer, solar kills. Warlock, warlock. Titan, titan. So it's worth kind of picking. I always recommend picking up all the bonus ones from him because you don't know who you're killing. You know, you're just slaying. And then Banshee, 44. Here you can buy these materials, upgrade materials, which I need to stock up on. I just click until I feel satisfied. He's gonna sell weapons every day. So if you're in need of Quick Fang is really cool for there'll be the lowest level, but they might have a good roll on it. Well, typically people post about it all the time. There is something, but if you're like, oh shit, I need a sidearm for this, you now have one. There's a sidearm. So sidearm, glaive, rocket launcher, stasis weapons. Okay. And then if you do the additional bounties, you can pick them up, but they will be advanced calibration where you need to get so many kills without dying. That's important. Last place we'll go to is visit Soraya, Hawthorne, and Drifter for Gambit. So you'll run down here. You can also spawn over in the is it the bazaar or yeah, you can spawn down here in the annex, which will take you, that will be the closest way to get to Drifter. But I like running because it's fun. So we'll go ahead and talk to her, see if she has anything for me. Here you can pick up some clan bounties, which are always good. So like I'm gonna pick up the complete any raid, Crucible, and Gambit, even though I know I'm not gonna play any. And I'm gonna pick up 10 raid banners just for fun.
I think that's a good one.
I don't care what you think, Hawthorne. Alright, so coming back down here, 801 is all about the like cosmetics. It is worth checking out if you can ever buy any mods from a vendor. You should buy them. Anytime one comes available, like always check every day. Every day when you get on, you should run to the tower, you should check Banshee, and you should check 801 to see if there's any mods that you don't own. So for material exchange, you'd have like all of these. They're all 10,000 Glimmer. I have all of these, so I'm good. There we go. I'll buy those. Don't bother with all this. Not important. All right, we're just about done. This is already a fucking half hour. Jesus Christ. This could have been a text. Oh well. I hope you enjoy. It's all just stream of consciousness. And our boy Drifter, Daddy-O. Where you can go ahead and pick up, bounties. So this is, you just read it, you see what it does. We see what it says. Void ability. Oh, that fucking sucks. Yeah, whatever. Okay. And that's it. That's everything. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have questions, leave them down below. That's kind of just an overview of what you kind of would want to do. And yeah, so playing in the playlist strikes, like I said, until you learn them, they feel daunting. Everything feels daunting, but I assure you, no one cares. It doesn't matter how bad you are, you just got to figure it out. If anything, you'll probably get left in the dust a lot of times. You'll have to just figure out where to go. Make sure to pull out your ghost often to get a refresh on the waypoint. And yeah, all right. I hope you enjoy. Bye.